it's a collective bunch of things that went wrong. And if it wasn't for Nolan McLean coming up and being somewhat of a prince that was promised, and these four guys at the top of the order having the great years, good to great years that they had, I wonder how long they would have lasted in any capacity as being good this season. Was this always destined to be like an under 500 team, but you had those five things potential? And I guess just to say the first 2.5 months that they got from the rotation before it completely fell off a cliff. Were they always destined to be like this bad of a team that falls out of a playoff race and doesn't miss it altogether?
It's hard to say, like there's so many, and this is the thing that's going to drive us all insane over the next 6 months is there's like 15 different instances, it's particular games or just moments in particular games that you can go back to and be like, if that went different, last Saturday against the Nationals is going to be the one that bothers me the most, I think, out of them all, with Brandon Nimmo striking out with the bases loaded and not winning in extra innings in a tie game.
Just real quick, Rich, I go through my Twitter, not you in particular, Mets fans. I spent the middle innings after Pete lined out today, 116 miles an hour, the hardest ball a Met has hit this season, and it's an out. It was just the appropriate way for
you knew
that inning to go. It's like, oh, that's right, it's not their year.
Yep.
I just went through a litany of box scores, posting them out. Like, what if this had gone different? Like you mentioned the Nationals game last weekend. How about the other 6 losses to the Nationals this season? One of which, I don't know if you remember this, but the night that the day, I guess, I was enjoying the Knicks beating the Pistons in game 4 of the first round this year. Mets blew a 7-1 lead, had a 7-1 lead in the 7th inning in Washington. 2 nights earlier,
I don't even remember that.
2 nights earlier, they lost on a night where Diaz couldn't pitch and Stanek had to pitch the 9th inning. They blew a lead in the 9th inning against the Nationals.
Didn't Stanek blow both of those games?
I think he blew the Sunday game too, but the middle innings, I believe, were either blown by Max Kranick, remember him, or Jose Buto, remember him. There's a Texas Rangers game, one of the few blown Edwin Diaz saves as you can go to. The one I'm going to go to is with Cookie Carrasco on the ropes the day after Pete Alonso breaks the record for home run, sets the Mets single career home run record. You're up 6-0 after a rain delay, and your all-star David Peterson gives up 9 runs in the 5th inning or 4th inning, and you lose that game after being up 6-0. There's all the Helsley games you want to go to. There's all the Marlins losses.
Finale against the Reds. That's a 2-game difference when Marte hits into the double play in a one-run game.
Speaking of Reds games, the day they retired David Wright's number, where they're up for most of the game, and then Soto hits a game-winning grand slam just foul. Like,
how about the game against the Reds that they punted after the All-Star break and threw a fucking bullpen game after the All-Star break?
Yeah.
These matter.
That one in particular matters. Yeah.
Every game against the Reds you want to talk about, those count for 2.
Yeah. How about the 2 Dodgers games? Actually, go to 3 Dodgers losses that they had this year.
The one in particular that I remember the most, I know they blew one in the 9th inning, I think.
So Brazoban on a night where Diaz was
Max
off.
Muncy
hits the home run to tie it. Yep. 2 days later is the one you're going to then point out, right?
No, I'm going to point out to the one at Citi Field where the Mets had the bases loaded like
every
5 innings in a row or something, and they lost I think in 12. It was truly like an invisible force field when it came to some of these comebacks of like, even when they did it, there was like 2 or 3 games where they actually overcame a deficit to tie games in the 9th inning, and they always lost anyways.
Well, so to that point, that Dodgers game is a game that won at Citi Field. It was a game that were down 3 in the 9th, came back to tie it, didn't score after holding the Dodgers scoreless in the top of the 10th, didn't score after holding the Dodgers scoreless in the top of the 11th, and then they lose in 12. The last game at Dodger Stadium during their only winning road trip this season, by the way, their only winning road trip, because if they had won today, this will be their 2nd winning road trip, and it would have got them into the playoffs. But I digress. Up 4-0 earlier in the game against the Dodgers, David Peterson gives up 3 runs. Then they go up 5-3 in the 8th inning, and Reed Garrett blows it. It gives up 3 runs. They lose 6-5. Brett Beatty had a big error. There's a Cleveland game during their second big losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
Alonso hits a big home run to tie it. They're down 5-0. That was a Mania implosion in the 6th inning. They give up 5 runs in the 6th. Pete, they tie it in the 8th inning. Pete Alonso's 4 for 4, right? Comes up and Lindor hits the double, the Sarbaugh non-send of Tyrone Taylor. They walk Soto to load the bases, and then Pete strikes out, and then I believe Jeff McNeil lines out. The Mets lose an extra inning, 7-6. You could pick your margin, your 1-game margin that you want to go to, Mets fans. It's appropriate. All the Brewers games in Milwaukee that they had a lead in and lost.
How about
a bunch of others? Yeah.